Hey everybody, this is Kelly with Salt and Light Calligraphy, Kelly Moeller, and I wanted to just take a couple minutes to show you some tabletop Valentines. Valentine's Day is coming up, and I had somebody on my Facebook page ask me, what about tabletop Valentines? So I've been playing today in the studio and thought that I would share it with you. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see, and we'll see some of the Valentines before I start making. Here we go. So these are all for the table. They're Valentines, and they're just made out of cards. There's a couple different kinds. You can just fold over a card, which is this done on scraps, just as an example. These are fold overs, and another one that I folded over. And my focus is a lot of people don't have somebody to give them a Valentine every day or each year for Valentine's Day, and I wanted just to take some time to kind of keep with the theme of a Valentine from the Father. And so these are actually Bible verses that talk about God's love for us, and they're an encouragement for me, so I hope they are for you too. So these are made with cards, fold overs, and these are made on flat cards with something just tacked onto the back, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So here we go. I'm going to set you down so that you can actually see what I'm doing. And today we're using FW ink. This is acrylic ink. I like the acrylic ink because it doesn't, it stays, once you get it down and once you work with it, it's permanent. So I really like that. It helps, especially if you're going to have these on the table, because you're working with food and beverages and things like that. So I dip my paintbrush right into the ink and paint it right onto our card. This is a piece of cardstock, and I use watercolor paper, and I don't use an expensive version. I just use a cheap version. I know people save these when we make them, so if you want to use a more expensive kind of watercolor, you can. And I'm not real picky about putting the ink on, because we're gonna put some alcohol on it today just to kind of make a really cool design. So I've got it on all across the card. I've got my ink. And now I'm going to take another paintbrush, a pointed one like this, and I'm going to dip it in alcohol and get a design. So you can see that the alcohol separates the ink and creates a really cool design. So you can try that. Try your alcohol with the ink. I love it. I'm going to set this up so you can kind of see close up the cool designs that the alcohol makes with the ink. So enjoy that. Now I'm going to take a dry one and tell you what we're going to do next with it. So here's one that's just got done drying, and we want something to look like that. So I'm going to take pre-cut hearts, and I've made a whole bunch of them. These are backgrounds, watercolor background with ink. And I'm just going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm going to glue the heart actually to the card. So we're going to put it there. And then I do my calligraphy, and the calligraphy is either in black with my favorite brush, which is the Pentel color brush, the gold label. That's, everybody asks me about that. You can get Pentel color brush on Amazon.com, or these Kiratakis work really well too, which I'm going to use today because they're smaller. So I'm just going to put a verse on here. Let's make sure that you can see it while I'm writing. I like that. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I think that's a great Valentine verse, so I'm going to do that one. So here we go. We'll do it in brush calligraphy. I have I think then I'm going to do the loved underneath. Loved you. You with an everlasting dot the I and love. Okay, then I use my micron. I'm going to put the verse on there, which is Jeremiah 31:3. So I'll do it very small in case somebody wants to look it up afterwards and be encouraged. So Jeremiah 31:3. So for this one, I'm not really happy with the spacing because we're doing it quickly and not as quietly as I usually do. I'll probably trim off a bit of the top of it, but you can see that we did that. Now the back of it, so we're going to switch it over. This is on scrap paper, you can see. For the back, all I do is fold over a piece of paper, and I use fold it over about a third, and that part is going to glue onto the back. And I found that they glue towards the bottom. So again, we are taking our hot glue gun. Put this up so you can see it. I'm going to put it down towards the bottom. Make sure it's fairly straight, and immediately you're going to be able to set it up. So there you go. There's your Valentines, Tabletop Valentines. Feel free to share that. Very easy project, fun one you can do with your kids too if you want to have them do the backgrounds and you do the calligraphy. So great. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.